All right, let's see. Let's do this one. This was about 8 or 9 years ago. So I'll just kind of do what I usually do, just turn to a random page and just see what's in there. This was end of May 2015. I think I've been in the school, I think I was in the Meisner program for about 4 months at this point. So, okay, I made a goal for myself. I asked myself a question: what will help you moving forward? And I said, I need to do script analysis every day for every play, starting with All My Sons, rehearsing every single day, imagination, don't stop until something hits you, do more activities, nail down what I'm doing in the scene. This is really important for actors to hear if you're in a class. This was told to me, and I think it's important for you to hear too. The point of scene work is to grow. How many actors in class, myself included, I did this for years, are just trying to impress, are just trying to prove that they're great, are just trying to get positive feedback or better feedback than their acting partner or someone else in the class from the teacher. Scene work is not there for you to show off. You're not there to do a great scene. You're there to grow. You're in a class for a reason. If you had all the answers, if you knew exactly what to do, why are you in the class? Why are you spending the money? Why are you spending the time? It wouldn't make any sense. And yet we fall into the trap of trying to seek validation for our acting and be great immediately. It's like, that's silly. You'll actually grow more when you focus on using scene work to get better at acting and not using your acting class to do your scene work well. So really important lesson that I was learning here. The point of scene work is to grow. If you have a scene tomorrow where you're afraid of spiders and a spider enters the scene, wake something up inside of you that terrifies you. Make it real for yourself. That's really important because within your choices lies your ability to believe what's going on. If you know your character is afraid of something, then you need to find out what you're afraid of because it'll easily connect you to what that character is going through. A lot of actors think they have to turn into the character or have the exact same opinions, beliefs, fears, desires, resentments as a character. You do not. You just have to know yourself well enough to connect those two things, to make the dilemma or the fear or the desire or what have you of the character yours. Take ownership of it by making an analogous choice, a parallel choice that will make it real for you. My teacher said, if your acting is not active, you're not really doing a thing. There's this notion of listening. A lot of Meisner trained actors, I remember this at the beginning, sometimes are ill taught. And so what they'll do is when they say, I want you to listen to your scene partner, they'll really put all of their attention and just focus on the person across like this, and it's like, that's not necessarily the point. The point is to be a human being. So therefore you must listen. You must actively engage someone because when you're in a conversation or even when you're in a conflictive discussion and you're trying to get something from someone, of course you have to listen to them to know if you're getting closer or further away from your goal, what you're trying to achieve, what you're trying to do. So my teacher's saying, if your acting is not active, you're not really doing anything. That's because we're always in the midst of doing something. And to actively try to attempt to get something done means that you're going to be actively listening because there's a point to the listening. Listening is not the point in and of itself. You are listening to get closer to a specific thing you're doing or attempting to achieve. So the foundation of acting is the reality of doing. When you say really listen, just really listen. Don't do this, but really listen. But the first Meisner teacher I ever had, John Terrell, he was trained by Sanford Meisner when he was younger. He said, listen like an animal in the rainforest. It doesn't mean you have to look like an animal in the rainforest listening. Why do animals listen in the rainforest? There's a really high stakes intention behind the listening. You're either hunting or you're being hunted. Those are life and death stakes for the animal. And that's what John was saying and what Sandy was saying to John. Listen like an animal in the rainforest, which is to say, listen with a purpose. Listen with a purpose. If your acting is not active, you're not really doing a thing. If you're not really doing a thing, you're not living truthfully under imaginary circumstances. As Stanislavski said, everything that happens on stage must be for a purpose. Everything that happens in life has a purpose, has a reason behind it unfolding that way. So make sure your acting looks similar to life. Let life be the best teacher. that you've ever had. Really listen and really make choices that bring out your ability to do something with reality. My teacher said something really, really interesting. She said, never fall into the temptation of trying to be good. Truth is always in charge. Truth is always paramount. We want to live truthfully under imaginary circumstances. Don't try to be good, because you won't be. Just simply do something with reality and be in the moment. This is a really great quote. I don't know who said it, but it says, if we aren't in the moment, we're either in the future of uncertainty or we're in the past of pain and regret. So always be in the moment. And then this is probably a good quote to leave you with, but it says, work like there's someone working 24 hours a day to take it all away from you. Mark Cuban. And I think it's good for the actor to hear that, because acting is difficult and it requires a lot of dedication and a lot of hard work. And if you're not up to the task, if you're not up to the challenge, and if you don't meet the work where it requires you, if you have a standard of excellence, then the chances of you succeeding and making this a career of longevity are much lower than the person who's working every single day to make sure they actualize their ability through hard work. Now, I understand a lot of you out there, it can be hard to know what that looks like if you have never had a great class, or you don't know how to train, or you don't know what tools actually work to help you access your talent, exercise your imagination, do things with reality, and give you a simplified definition of acting. I know that's hard. So reach out. I do free one-on-one consultations with actors all over the world who are looking for training and they don't have it in their area. That's why it's called Anytown Actors Lab. It's because it's for you, wherever you are. You don't just have to be in a major market with a great teacher down the street for you to become a great actor. You can reach out to me, and I would gladly share this stuff with you. I share it with people all over the world. I share it in this video today. Of course, I'm going to keep always sharing it as long as I'm breathing. So don't hesitate to reach out. The work ethic can't be taught. The drive can't be taught. That's something that's within you. But sometimes you need a little bit of help in seeing what to do to get yourself to the next level, or what tools to learn or principles to follow to help you become a truthful actor. And if you need that help, don't hesitate to reach out. I hope this has been helpful. This has been Tales from the Acting Journal. I'll see you guys on the next one. Follow for more acting tips like these.